What up, Namie Amuro fans? This is Steven, and I'm back with some news. I got a news article for you guys that I would like to share. And the title of the article is Namie Amuro returned to form this year with underscore Genic. Um, and this article appears on the Japanese Times.co.jp website, and it was written by Patrick St. Michel. And I'll read the article and I'll give my thoughts and opinions. So, here I go. 10 years ago, Namie Amuro's star appeared to be fading fast. The pop singer's massive popularity in the 90s helped cement the rise of sleek J-pop. But by 2005, sales of her albums and singles were starting to come back to earth. I kind of thought they were already back to earth by then, to be honest. Um, but I digress. Let's see. Worse still, the former queen of J-pop was seemingly being overlapped by rival singers Ayumi Hamasaki and Kota Kumi. Okay. I feel like Utana Hikaru deserves a shout out in this article because really I think it was more so Ayumi and Utada and less so Kota Kumi. But then again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just didn't look at the charts well enough to, see this. Um, let's see. But 2015 saw Namie solidify once again her position as the country's premier female pop star. The endpoint has been on the horizon for a few years, but the past 12 months saw her finalize it via the Oricon chart-topping Genic, aka underscore Genic, which was released in June. While she continued a late career resurgence, she could also enjoy a degree of schadenfreude in seeing her closest rivals slip up massively over the past year. And by the way, schadenfreude, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is the enjoyment obtained from the troubles of others. Pretty much just taking delight in other people's misfortunes. You know. But really, I'm like, this article so far, I think, I don't know. Let me just continue. Looking purely at sales, Namie's 12th full-length collection wasn't a blockbuster. Genic has moved a touch more than 200,000 40 units as of writing, a dizzying number for most pop acts in 2015, but a number on the lower end of her history. Yeah, that is true. The sales of Genic, really, if you think about it, the sales of Genic are actually pretty awesome considering, if you take everything into consideration. Yeah, the sales of Genic are actually pretty awesome. First of all, the album wasn't really promoted all that much. We only got 5 music videos. And not to say that 5 music videos isn't a lot, but there weren't any promotional performances for the album. There weren't any interviews for the album. There weren't any special documentaries for the album. So, as well, the album was sung mostly in English, for a primarily Japanese audience. So, taking all that into consideration, this, Genic is actually pretty, innovative and pretty daring, really, if you think about it from that perspective. Let's see. She's nowhere near this year's monster releases from the likes of Arashi and Dreams Come True. Yet, as overall music sales in Japan keep dropping every year, the figures for Genic look solid. That is true. And also, you do have to remember the amount of money that's put into an album versus what you get back from the album. So while Genic may not look like a super blockbuster, it could be a lot of, a good amount of money for Avex considering their investment in it versus their profit from it. Yeah, shout out to Arashi and Dreams Come True because their releases have been pretty well. Like their releases have sold pretty well. I know Arashi, their album Japanism has been certified a million seller. And Dreams Come True probably has sold over 700,000 copies. So yeah, shout out to them because they are showing that you can still sell music in this market, this tough music market. Someone's out there will buy your music. So shout out to them. All right. Next, just as importantly, Namie continued to make herself relevant. Well, I think Namie has been relevant prior. Her ability to evolve with consumer taste has propelled her late stage turnaround, particularly her move to embrace the pounding sounds of EDM. All right, so not Ayumi, but well, yeah, Ayumi and Kodokumi have done the same thing that Namie has, you know, but they haven't been as successful with it. And I think, to me, Namie is in the position where she can kind of do this, jump from genre to genre, because Namie has always been sort of, seen as a pop idol, or at least that was her beginning. And while I do see Namie as a artist with artistic control of her career, well, I see her as a musical artist that has artistic control of her career. However, I know that Namie is really aware of the music business side of music, while some other people or other musical artists might not be so aware, you know. Let's see. Next, she diversified beyond the boisterous clubbers, though. Namie collaborated with hit Europop-inspired producer Sophie on Be Who I Want to Be, an attention-grabbing duet with Vocaloid avatar Hatsune Miku. That sounds like the singularity in pop form. And Namie embraced the internet. Her video for the earworm E Golden Touch is simplistically goofy. Put your fingers on the screen and funny things happen. But it went viral, even earning the ultimate prize, a feature spot on BuzzFeed. Yeah, shout out to Namie and her team for putting together that video. And really, I think that they should have did it a little better and put Namie more so in the video, which they did later on. But I'm like, yeah, you kind of missed the boat there, Namie. And as well, her video went on to earn a Japanese Video Music Award for Best Creativity for Golden Touch, the music video. And also her music video for Birthday earned her, I believe, Best Female Artist. Let's see. And as well, she was featured on BuzzFeed, and that's pretty good, considering that, that is Western media, so it's good for her, good exposure for Namie. But let's move on to the next part of this article now. All right, here we go. But what made 2015 even sweeter for Namie is how her competition doesn't really exist anymore. Coda's Walk of My Life album debuted at the top spot on Oricon when it came out in March, but has reportedly sold just over 45,000 copies and has generated little buzz. Yeah, it doesn't seem like people were, feeling like taking a walk with Kodokumi in her life. Let's see. Still, being ignored might be a better fate than what happened to former J-pop titan Ayumi Hamasaki. Shade. They just threw some shit. I'm telling you, this this author, I'm telling you, once a lock to move 1 million units, Her latest collection, A1, reportedly mustered just over 52,000 units and failed to score the Oricon top spot, usually reserved for her. I did kind of feel that way, like way back when Ayumi was like, the it chick. It did kind of seem like the top spot was almost reserved for her. Like even like no matter what she released, it would be number one. Almost kind of like it was the law, you know, or some unwritten rule in the music industry. Um, but yeah, she has sort of taken a, Ayumi in particular, she's taken a large fall in terms of her sales. But don't count Ayumi out just yet. Ayumi does have a very strong legacy. Let's see. Still, she got attention. Ayumi, mostly negative shade, ranging from divorce rumors to fans bailing from her concerts to just general "what happened" think pieces. Let's see. And Namie deserves to be alone at the top. Her busy EDM songs don't always work, and her English delivery still needs practice. True, but I think I think that Namie has gotten better over time with her English, and I think she'll continue to improve as long as she keeps working at it. You know. But Genic is a solid collection of catchy pop tunes and features stunners such as Golden Touch and Space Invader. Miles ahead of the Florida pop rap of Coda's latest and the sluggish balladry of Ayumi's A1. It's a heck of a comeback and a well-earned one at that. Alright, to be fair, Namie ain't never really came. Well, she did come back, but her comeback was like years ago, though. Her comeback was really back in like when she released The Queen of Hip Hop. That was her comeback. But I guess this is like yet another way for Namie to solidify her stake in Japanese pop music. But really, like Namie solidified herself like a long time ago, though. Like Namie has been around since the early 90s, since 1992, and since 1995 as a solo artist. And the work that she has released, like if you buy her first greatest hits album, 18, 19, 20, those 12 songs on that album help solidify her space in Japanese pop music history. Not to say that other songs that she released haven't helped, but those songs in particular, that was like kind of like her golden era. And as well, she has to an extent had a second heyday. She has. But here it kind of seems like, just this year, like Namie done made a comeback. But really, she been back like a long time ago. And she been solidified herself a long time ago. But I appreciate the article. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just, saying to clear some things up. But what do you guys think? Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. Your feedback and support are extremely appreciated and extremely valued. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.